Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we have traveled to the Pocono Raceway for the Pocono 80. This is going to be race number 15 in the More Freedom series, season 5. And as we inch ever closer to halfway, let's go through your current top 10 and points. Your points leader is now the 666 of Pistol Pete. Second's going to be the 96 of Nico. Third will be the 25 of JTM. Fourth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Fifth will be the 333 of Keeping It Twisted. Sixth will be the 710 of Roddy. Seventh will be the 34 of Super Snake. Eighth will be the 999 of Deviant. Ninth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 77 of Zip. So let's look at your top 10 in points. Let's jump over and look at your team and chassis standings. MBR has a narrow lead over Amish Buggy Racing. Aces to Z Motorsports in third. Douche Motorsports fourth. And rounding out the top 5, G3 Motorsports. Chassis standings are Dodge, Chevy, and Toyota. So that's a look at all things points here today for this Pocono 80. We're back here at the Tricky Triangle. Hopefully the crowd will start filing in. They're getting these cars dialed in, and I think it's about time. So let's go racing. As they get these cars fired up, let's go through your starting top 10 today for the Pocono 80. Starting on the pole will be the 66 of Hondo, and on his outside, the 710 of Roddy. Starting third will be the 23 of Fuller Than You, and on his outside, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Starting fifth will be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum, and on his outside, the 95 of Zed Brunna. Starting seventh will be the 51 of AJM, and on his outside, the 33 of Harvey Jones. Starting ninth will be the 88 of NM, and rounding out your top 10 will be the 799 of Mike Check. So that's a look at your starting top 10 today for this Pocono 80. A couple rookies on the front row today, and the 66 of Hondo and the 710 of Roddy for Douche Motorsports and Scorer Racing, respectively, here. So Hondo with his first, I believe that's going to be his first pole of his career here today, and that beautiful 66 DeWalt Chevy for Douche Motorsports. Roddy's going to be on his outside. They're going to try to hold off these KG veterans back here, the 23 and the 356. So checking in on where your points leader is, the 666 Pistol Pete starting the race 31st today, and with him the 96 of Nico starting 32nd. King of the Aces starting last week's winner, starting way back in 33rd. JTM will be starting today's race in the something position, the 17th position. So again, we're here at Pocono, known as the Tricky Triangle. Only 3 turns here at Pocono. They're going to that beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car is getting ready to lead us off at turn 3. We're getting ready to start the race here. You can see that brand new strip of pavement there here at Pocono. And we're going to see what Hondo does. The green flag is out. We're underway here for the Pocono 80. Lots of grip here at Pocono. Starting out fresh track and new pavement in places. The grip is different. The lines are different. Everything's just different as Hondo leads the way over the 23 of Fuller Than You. We've got 2-3 wide through the rest of the pack right now, led by the 51 of AJM as they work off a turn 2. 49 of Jetman down to the inside. Here comes the 72 of Duchess. The 47 of Dash might be, no, we're just slowing down for turn 3. Hard on the brakes into that tricky turn 3 as Hondo leads us off. He is going to lead lap number 1 here today at Pocono. Let's bring up your timing and scoring. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Favorite drivers scrolling across the top as we see the 47 of Dash trying to work underneath the 72 of Duchess. Dash having started the day in the 15th position has now worked himself solidly into the top 10, almost into he's into the top 5, I do believe. He's up to 5th. So he gained 10 positions on lap number 1 after having a rough go the last few weeks. Dash up into the top 10 right now. Here comes the 49 of Jetman as well. 544 Frederick Winklebaum falling back here as he is about to be looks like the 88 of NM's trying to work to his back bumper. Here comes 799 of Mike Check on NM's bumper. 77 of Zip. Working underneath the 25 of JTM. JTM might be actually working to his outside right here as JTM started in the 17th position. Currently running in that last lap in the 9th as we see AJM working down to the inside, maybe of Fuller. So working down into turn 1. Your leader again, the 66 of Hondo out to the front. Second's going to be that 23 of Fuller Than You. Kind of just straightening out. We got 40 laps here today at Pocono, 2-mile oval. Not an oval, 2-mile triangle. Sorry about that, Pocono. We do have some Pennsylvania more than boys racing here today. So we've got King of the Aces, I believe, let's see, King of the Aces, Queen of Hearts, Adam B5000, and Zed Brunna racing for Pocono, racing at their home track here today as we see Fuller working down to the inside of the 66 of Hondo. AJM making it 3 wide into turn 1. That's going to push Hondo high. He's going to lose a couple positions. We're going to see what AJM does here. He's working off the turn. He is not going to get a good grip down there at the bottom. Actually, I mean, just coasting up to the wall. Helped the 51 as, wow, Dash pushing hard into turn 2 there. He is looking for the lead. He's looking for win number 2 of his career, win number 2 of the season. He's trying to make up for all the bad stuff that's happened. Knock on wood, no announcer's curse, hopefully, for that 47 of Dash. He's trying to make up for all the bad stuff that's happened over the last few weeks. Tore up 2 good race cars in 3 weeks. He had a great run by his backup driver, semi-cracked. So we know that 47 Dodge for Dashery Motorsports is pretty good. It's pretty good here this season, and he is showing it right now here at Pocono as he's worked into the 2nd position behind the 23 of Fuller Than You. Heading down into turn number 2, I do believe he's down to the inside again. So Dash is hooked up here today at Pocono. Working off the turn, he's working down to the inside of the 40 to 23. Here comes the 72 of Duchess as well. So Duchess today, let's see where she started at for the day. So Dash started in the 15th position, and Duchess started 13th. So they are working hard. Dash now your leader here at Pocono. Again, several bad races for that 47 of Dash. He pushes his car out to the lead. He's trying to show his sponsor right now of Twitch that, I mean, you put this on a car and I'm doing my best right now. And so, I mean, just an amazing run so far for the 47. Let's highlight the fastest lap of the day so far. It's going to be by the 544 Frederick Winkelbaum at 171.812 miles per hour as Dash leads away. We'll jump back here through the back as we see the 799 of Mike Check working with a 10 of Scooter here into turn number 2, I do believe. No, turn number 3. So Scooter pushing hard right now. He started today's race. Oh, where did Scooter start at for today? He started 23rd. So it's just showing you that you can come from the back to the front here at Pocono. And as Scooter works into the top 10, he had a rough race last weekend. He literally spinning on his top last weekend, and so glad to see him back here this week at Pocono. It just goes to show all the safety features that we have going in the More Freedom Series for a nasty wreck like Scooter had, for him to be back this week. As Dash still leads away over the 72 of Duchess. Now the 07 Douchebag is down to the inside of 49 of Jetman. That is for the 7th position here. So Jetman falling back to the 8th position. 544 Frederick Winkelbaum trying to make up a couple spots that he's lost here. As we're going to jump back up to the front of the field as we see Dash now. Nope. That is going to be the 51 of AJM trying to work down to the inside of the 72 of Duchess. He's going to push hard into turn 1. Duchess is going to slide high. AJM might have the position. He's going to work off the turn. Down the middle quarter, I don't know, he's working down the stretch between 1 and 2. As Mike Check making it 3 wide, he's going to push AJM kind of high right here off the turn. So Mike looking for the second position as AJM now solidly into it in front of the 72 of Duchess. AJM middle high line here as he works through number 3. Dash still leads away here at Pocono on lap number 9, getting ready to start lap number 9, I do believe. So Dash is your leader. AJM into the second position. Third is going to now be the 799 of Mike Check. Battle for the fourth, now the third position between the 10 of Scooter and the 799 of Mike Check. The 23 of Fuller Than You trying to push his way back up here. So now Scooter into the third position. Mike falling back to fourth. Fifth is going to be the 72 of Duchess. Battle for the sixth position between the 23 of Fuller Than You and the 07 of Douche Baggins. Fuller going to take that away. Here comes last week's winner, the 13 of King of the Aces, now up to the 8th position. So King, after starting 33rd here today, now up to, oh, it looks like we got pit stops happening. So first taker for pit road is going to be the 10 of Scooter. We'll see how pit stops happen here. See how people do. We'll follow along. Your leader is still the 47 of Dash. Looking for second positions at 799 of Mike Check. AJM shuts the door on him there into turn 1. Duchess right to Mike's bumper. So after about 10 laps, Scooter into the pits. 47 of Dash still your leader. Mike Check working underneath the 51 of AJM. So Mike, after starting today's race in the 10th position, now worked himself into the second position. Kind of squeezing AJM to the outside wall right there. Looks like Mike might be heading for the pits here. AJM looks like he might be heading for the pits. Dash is in. Mike's going to take over the lead. AJM to the pits. So Mike Check out for another lap. So we're going to watch and see how he does. He's going to, I think, here. Now, I'm just saying this. He's out here all alone on an island. And that's not going to necessarily be great, because he's not going to have any of that draft. Even when you're in the lead, a little bit of the draft can help you here. As they're reaching high 180s, 190s down these straightaways. So Mike not being in the draft could be detrimental here, as we see Moon Bunny and Garrett drafting together here. They actually have a big old pack of cars with the 8, the 660, the 88, the 999, and the 25. We'll see if Mike is a taker for pit road here, which is also good because he could have a clear pit road. So all of those drivers could be out of the pits by now as we watch. We'll follow Mike down into the pits. We saw Moon Bunny did close up. Wow, Mike, last pit stall on pit road right there. His teammates pitting right in front of him. The 999 of Deviant. You see the 96 of Nico is in. So 4-tire stop here today for the 799 of Mike Check. The Red Rooster Toyota for the Drop Air Racing Team. He's down, he's away. Full fuel in for Mike Check. Garrett is down and away. Nico down and away. Deviant down and away. Here comes the 47 of Dash. 25 is down. The 8 is down. All these drivers filing out. And we see the 3 of Geek Girl Games. I'm not sure if she might be down a lap. She could be the leader. We have no idea. We'll note that Moon Bunny, because her pit stall was down farther, was the leader on that lap. So I think G3 might be in the last position here. I think your leader is probably going to be the 47 of Dash. We'll see how this all shakes out here. So we'll keep her watching. We'll keep watching here. But if it's Dash, he's got a huge lead over the 10 of Scooter right now. And the 72 of Duchess and the rest of the pack. But it's 40 laps, and that means that there's a possibility that with the pitting on lap 10, there's a possibility that we got 3 to 4 pit stops here. 3 to 4 pit stops, and with Dash, who does retain the lead after the pit stop cycle through. So a thing here is he stopped on lap number 9. Doesn't mean he can't go on 3 pit stops, but also means, you know, he's going to have to maybe possibly conserve fuel and tires here. So let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 47 of Dash. Second's going to be the 10 of Scooter. Third will be the 72 of Duchess. Fourth will be the 51 of AJM. Fifth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Excuse me. Sixth will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. Seventh will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Eighth will now be the 95 of Zed Brunna. 10th will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. And rounding out, 9th will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. And rounding out your top 10 right now is a battle for the 10th position between the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days and the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum here into turn number 2. So Frederick in a precarious situation, possibly going to lose this position, maybe a couple more. As Ice Cream... Oh, we've got the 49 of Jetman. Looks like his engine has blown. Oh, detrimental for his season. 49 of Jetman up in smoke after he had working himself into the 22nd position in points. So Jetman, unfortunately, looks like he might be going behind the wall here. And you have to think is... How are the rest of the MBR cars going to react? Are they going to have the same kind of issues? But Jetman up in smoke here at Pocono. We're going to watch him come down the very, very long pit road and see if he just heads into the garage. Jetman pulling it behind the wall into the garage. So he is down and he is out. We'll see what they tell us happened to the 49, the M&M's Dodge. Looks like he did blow his engine here today. So Jetman going to finish 39th here today at Pocono. But your leader on the track still at 47 of Dash. Looks like the 799 of Mike Check up to the 3rd position now. 23 of Fuller Than You. Working underneath the 72 of Dutchess. Here comes the 51 of AJM as well. So battle right now for the fourth position. Yes, the 4th position between the 72 of Duchess and the 23 of Fuller Than You. Aces to Zed Motorsports is putting on a good show here today as they have 3 drivers currently in the top 10 in points. So they are 30 points behind MBR, and this could be an excellent team points day for, Aces to Zed Motorsports, as only one MBR driver currently in the top 10. As Paulf does take away that position from the 72 of Duchess, Zed now up to the 6th position. That's actually his starting spot on the day, so Zed back up to his starting position. AJM falling back a spot there. They're the King of the Aces. Last week's winner, again, he's running in the 8th position right now. 9th's going to be the 660. Now solely in the 10th position will be the 356. We'll see if we can catch your points leader. We do catch him right there. He's running right there in front of the pole sitter. 66 of Hondo. So Hondo, it's been a rough go for our pole sitters this season as they have just had a rough time hitting the setup after they put their car on the pole. I think we had a wire-to-wire winner once, but most of the time the pole sitter has just had a rough go, as Hondo currently falling back to the 16th position. He did get that lap led and start on the pole, so he'll get 10 bonus points. That's going to help him. He's moved up to the 33rd and 33rd in points now. So half his number. As we see, so here's the 666 of Pistol Pete. He is your current points leader. A couple spots behind him is the 25 of JTM. We'll try to catch up to the 96 of Nico if we can find him, as he's now working to the bottom of the track underneath the 710 of Roddy, who started on the outside pole. So again, Roddy also looks like he must have missed the setup here as he runs 22nd. As we see the 96 working around him, here comes the 42 of Mel Say What working underneath the 203 of Signs. So we saw an early run by the 88 of NM. He was up there to the front. He now runs way in the back of the pack. He actually is shown in the 36th position now in front of Liz Has Nothing. So I'm not sure what happened on the pit stops, but, you know, rough break right there for the 88 of NM. Following along with your leader, the 47 of Dash. I think we're closing in right now on what could possibly be his second stop of the day. We went about 10 laps. We see Scooter ducking in. So Scooter into the pits. So pit stop cycle underway here at Pocono. First taker for pit road was the 10 of Scooter. Want to see what the rest of these drivers do. So we've got at least one more pit stop to go here today at Pocono. Again, highlighting the fastest lap of the day is going to be by the 8 of Moon Bunny at 171.894 miles per hour. So Moon Bunny now with the fastest lap of the day. Dash, having led 13 laps here today, he will cross the line as the leader at halfway, so he will get those all-important 5 bonus points after missing that race. That's going to really help him out. He's fallen to, even after missing a race, he's 24th in points. So we're going to see if he ducks into the pits here. So again, at least one more pit stop here today as Dash is ducking in. So Mike Check's going to take over the lead from the 47 of Dash. This time around, Mike has draft help by the 23 of Fuller Than You and possibly the 660 of Garrett Miller. If Garrett can work to the back bumper here of Fuller and Mike Check, that could be beneficial for all 3 drivers here, as Dash was just kind of out there on an island all by himself for that lap, and this is going to be some good drafting by all 3 of these cars. You can see Garrett is making up a little bit of time here on Fuller and Mike. So looks like Fuller's about to duck into the pits. He's way down to the bottom here off of turn 3. He's into the pits. Mike is sticking it out there again. So Mike Check out, staying out another lap as we see his teammates drafting right now with JTM. So Deviant JTM drafting for another lap here. And really one more stop for Mike, JTM, and Deviant. That'll put him definitely to the end of this race, as we see Mike lapping a couple drivers here, the 34, the 29, and the 3. After their pit stops. So this could be interesting. They're going to get their laps back in just a second, but he is putting them a lap down. So that's going to be an interesting turn of events. We're going to see how everything shakes up once Mike comes back onto the track. As you see him ducking in, we'll follow along with the 799 of Mike Check here as he's working into the pits. Like I said, that pit stall right there at the back, that's a great entry in. And, 4-tire stop, it looks like, for the Red Rooster Toyota here today for the Drop Bear Racing Team. He is trying to deliver a win for Drop Bear here. 4 tires fuel, he's down and away. Deviant's getting his left sides on. We'll see what JTM is doing as he passes him. JTM getting his tires on. JTM down and away. Mike is making his way up pit road here. I'm trying to see if, yes. So this could be interesting, folks. This could be interesting. So I believe your leader is now going to be the 10 of Scooter. So Dash and Scooter battling it out for the top position right now here at Pocono. That might be, this might, if I'm trying to pull up the stats. Trying to pull up the stats here. Because this could be the first. This might be Scooter's first win if he can pull this off. Anyway, let's go through. Let's go through your current top 10 and top 10 in points. Oh, just a note, JTM did lead a lap, so he's going to get those all-important 5 bonus points as well. Let's go through your current top 10. After the pit stop cycle through here, your leader is the 10 of Scooter. Second's going to be the 47 of Dash. Third will be the 72 of Duchess. Fourth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Fifth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Sixth will be the 51 of AJM. Seventh will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. Eighth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Ninth will be the 799 of Mike Check. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. So Pete into the top 10 right now. That's actually really great for him because he definitely needs... that'll be good for him. Trying to bring up the stats. But we're following along with your leader right now. The 10 of Scooter checking in on his career stats right now. And Scooter does have 1 win for his career. So he'll be working on win number 2 as well as the 47 of Dash, both working on win number 2. Again, we're going to have 1 more pit stop here today at Pocono. Sorry that it took so long to get those stats. And we're going to see if the 660, the 95, and the 72 can work together as a gaggle of cars right now in this pack. And check in on some of your points leaders and stuff. So back into the top 10 is the 666 of Pistol Pete. If he stays there, he'll retain the lead in points, I do believe. Looking at your leaders, I don't think there's anybody that would take over for him. Nico has now worked himself up to the 17th position. JTM back to the 19th position. King of the Aces currently runs 11th. And Keeping It Twisted is currently in the 27th position. So currently they have almost a 4-second lead over third place, the 660 of Garrett Miller. These drivers are going to have to start working together here in the remaining laps with about 14 to go if they want to catch up to the front of this field and run down these leaders. So Garrett, who started today's race back in 37th, up to the 3rd position, and he is just going to need this help from the 72, the 23, and the 799 to catch up, make up those 4 seconds here today. They've made up 3/10 right now. So just drafting together, and if Paulf would stay in line, it would be even better, Paulf. But he's ducking out. He's working underneath the 72 of Duchess. My check's going to go high here. He's going to maybe split the middle as they work down the front stretch. That's going to allow, I think, Scooter and Dash to break away even more here. So we'll check in on them. Scooter still leads the way over the 47 of Dash. They're kind of just drafting together right now. They're just nose to tail running around this track. They've got 12 laps to go. You know, this is a good strategy here for both of these drivers. Just work together, get around this track, don't pass. Dash has led 13 laps. So if he really could use those 5 bonus points for leading the most laps as well. He's kind of a half a nose down here. We're going to see if he's going to try to make that pass on Scooter. He doesn't into turn 1. But they've lined up back here. So again, 3.6 seconds back to the third position, the 660 of Garrett Miller. It would, I feel like it would be in best interest of Mike Check here coming up to, if Garrett pits, when Garrett pits, that Mike Check also pits, but they have to do it. They're going to have to wait a couple laps is what I'm saying. So Dash down to the inside of the 10 of Scooter. Battle for the lead here on lap number 29. Off of turn 3, Dash is going to take away the lead, possibly from the 10 of Scooter. So out to the lead again is the 47 of Dash. Scooter down to his inside. They're trading. They're trying to trade lead right now as a Scooter now back to second position. So I think Dash saw, hey, I'm almost in a danger of losing the most laps led. Let's get around him. We've got one pit stop to go here. And I think it should be coming up fairly soon. It could be within this lap, maybe the next one, as we're seeing Scooter fall back. So I think Scooter's tires are done here. Nope. Yeah, both of them in. So Dash is in, Scooter's in. Last pit stop today for your two leaders, the 47 and the 10, working down pit road. You're going to see Dash dive in first. So right side tires going on for the 47. It's going to be a 4-tire stop for the 47 of Dash and that Twitch Dodge for Dashery Motorsports. Left side tires going in. They got to pump all the fuel that they can into that 47. He's got to make it the rest of the way here. He's got 10 laps to go. And him and Scooter drag racing down pit road right now. We're going to see which one gets out here first. So Dash is going to get the hammer down. Scooter's got the hammer down as well. Here comes the 95 of Zed Brunna. So Dash out first here today at Pocono. Your leader on the track still the 799 of Mike Check. So Mike has some interesting things he could do here. We'll jump through the field. See if we can catch up to him. So Mike, again, just out here all by his lonesome, which, honestly, could be a good thing. He is, obviously has better gas mileage than Dash and Scooter. And so he definitely is making it to the end of this race with this pit stop. So his pit stop theoretically should be shorter than their pit stops were. So we're going to see what he does. He is into his pit stall. They got right side tires going on. If he went 2 tires only, this would be amazing for him. 2 tires and fuel. 2 tires and fuel for the 799 of Mike Check. They're getting that fuel in. He's down. He's away. Oh my goodness, folks. This could be wild. This could be crazy. Mike Check, 2 tires, fuel. His pit stop could have been shorter than Scooter and than Dash. We don't know yet. He's out onto the track. It's going to be close. Oh, he's not going to make it, folks. He's not going to do it. He tried. I think your winner, Dash, now your leader, I think he's probably going to pull out this win here today. We're going to find out. But Mike Check with a crazy, he tried, folks. He really tried here. He went in 2 tires, fuel, made up a bunch of spots. And now the question is, how's his tires going to do for the rest of this race? Is that, he's got 7 laps to go. He's got 2 good right side tires. He's got two old left side tires. Is that going to make a difference? So I was showing JTM as your leader. Again, Dash is going to take over the lead here. So all Dash has to do is just keep her going. He's just got to keep her going, and he's going to win this race here today. And I can't highlight enough, 3 races ago, Dash had an absolutely horrendous crash at, I believe that was Kentucky. No, he was off for Kentucky. He had that crash at Indianapolis, and just an absolutely horrendous crash at Indianapolis. Put him out for a week. Simi Crack comes in, puts the car onto the podium, second place. Last week, Dash back in the car, has an absolutely horrendous crash again, and back out this week. He puts the car, he qualifies 15th, drives it to the front, currently leads by 2.6 seconds over second place, the tennis scooter. As we see, Garrett has now got around Mike check, so Mike, I think, unfortunately, is going to be falling back here. It was a great pit strategy, but I think he is going to be falling back as we see the 660 of Garrett Miller now into the second position. So Scooter's starting to fall back as well. And that could have been something that possibly Scooter had done as it went 2 tires and or just fuel only, you know. But all they have to do now is they just have to draft with each other. If they can start drafting, they're going to catch up to Dash, and it could be with 4 laps left. It could be an interesting end to this race. We'll highlight the fact that the fastest lap is now by the 40 of Veteran Chaos at 172.042 miles per hour. So Dash leads by 2.6 seconds over the 660 of Garrett Miller, who, again, started 37th here today, worked himself into the top 10 for Amish Buggy Racing. We don't talk much about Garrett. He's kind of fallen back to 37th in points right now. Has had a rough year this year, and it is great to see that 660 up near the front. He has great races, and then he gets caught up into, just shenanigans. As I'm checking the 96 of Nico into the 12th position. So Amish Buggy Racing has the 666 and the 660 in the top 10. One driver for MBR in the top 10 right now. But your leader still out here in front of everybody by 2 seconds is the 47 of Dash. They are drafting hard here at Pocono with 3 laps to go, 3 or 4 laps to go here. Laps are winding down here at Pocono. Dash is got the hammer down as much as he can. Again, he's out here by himself. We'll see what his last lap speed was here in just a moment. Previous lap was a 53.5. Garrett was about a half a second up on that. So last lap for Dash was a 53.755. This lap was a last lap was a 53.5. This lap was a 53.755. Garrett ran a 53.261, knocks another half second off. About 4/10 off the lead of the 47 here. So Garrett, I don't know that he's got enough laps left. I think he's got 3 laps to go here. But, I mean, he's creeping. He's creeping in here at Pocono. He's got the draft of the tennis scooter, just enough draft that it's helping him catch up to Dash, as it is just a few car lengths now into turn number 1. We'll keep checking on that last lap. So 53.8 for Dash. This time around, they're going to get the white flag. So they got 2 laps to go here at Pocono. 1.1 seconds separates the 47 of Dash and the 660 of Garrett Miller as they work down into turn number 2. Garrett's trying a last-ditch effort here. He's going to probably catch the draft here on this final lap of the 47 of Dash. So Dash coming into turn 3. Garrett's getting a little bit of help by the 10 of Scooter. He's starting to pull away. He's starting to get the draft. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Pocono for your leader, the 47 of Dash. Garrett has now closed the gap. He's got 2 straights to go. 2 turns, 2 straights. That's what's going to finish this race. Dash out to the lead right now. Garrett almost right to his back bumper. They're going to work towards turn number 2. End of 2, Garrett right there to his back bumper. We're going to get 1 straightaway here for turn number 3. It's going to be a short one. Garrett's got the draft. He's going to come down into the turn. Is he going to have enough room? Dash shuts the door on him. Dash leading off of turn 2. We got a little bit of a straight as we head towards the stripe. Garrett's going to try, but it's going to be the 47 of Dash winning here today at Pocono. Oh my goodness, we can't highlight enough the fact that Dash has had a rough season here in his rookie season of the More Freedom Series. But he has put the 47 Twitch Dodge for Dashery Motorsports out to the front. He puts it into victory lane here today at Pocono. Let's go through your finishing top 10. Your leader, or your winner, is the 47 of Dash. He's going to lead 22 laps here today. He's going to lead at halfway. He's going to lead the most lap. He's going to get 15 bonus points. Second's going to be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Third will be the 10 of Scooter. Fourth will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. Fifth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Sixth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Seventh will be the 72 of Duchess. Eighth will be the 51 of AJM. Ninth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. I'll highlight the fact that Hondo worked himself back up to the 11th position there. So, also, TC Roberts finished the race 9 laps down. So something happened to his car. He's stuck on pit road right there. What an amazing race here at Pocono. Next week we go to, it's called the Nashville Super Speedway, but it's not like Daytona, but we're heading next week to Nashville for the Nashville 60, the Nashville Super Speedway. Wow. Third 2-time winner of the year, that's 47 of Dash. Let's check in on your current points, see who is leading the way, see how those points are looking right now. I think Pistol Pete might still be your leader. You're seeing those on the screen. Let's also check in on your team and chassis standings. So this team standings are getting close here as we've went through the season. You're seeing the team and chassis on the screen. Well, that's going to do it today from Pocono. Your winner again is the 47 of Dash. Congratulations to him. He's had, again, 3 just rough weeks. His car has been amazing. It was really great in those 3 weeks, and just it's great to see him come out, qualify 15th, get back into the car after all the, just the issues he's had all season, being out, injury, all that whole 9 yards, and come back out and win this race. So he is your winner. Congratulations to him, and until next week at Nashville, take care.